If you're a size queen, keep watching because we have the world's biggest makeup palette with over 150 billion shades, maybe minus a few billion, but it's very big. I don't look like I wear much makeup now, but I'm gonna fast forward. Also, note to myself, if you're gonna fake tan, make sure you fake tan your ears because I do look a little bit suspicious right now, but that's fine. We still look good. Don't look at the hands. I'm back. I have done my base. I did use the creams to contour. Didn't like it as a contour, so I redid it. But I did use them for the eyebrows and for the white under the eyes. Didn't love it as a shadow primer. It wasn't opaque enough for me, but anyway, that's life. Maybe we'll use it as a white eyeshadow, but then we set it with the white. Anyway, not the point. I'm gonna do as much as I can with this palette. It is gorgeous, beautiful. I love how like accessible it is in the sense that number 41 in the creams is white, number 41 in the mattes is white, number 41 in the shimmers is white. As someone who is colorblind, that makes my life so much easier to feel confident in knowing what colors will go with what, because when a palette just has every color everywhere, it's very difficult for me to understand what to use. Think of your consumers when you're making a product. Thank you. Now, let's get it out the way. Yes, I am beautiful. Yes, I am real. Am I a little bit filtered with the lighting? Absolutely. But it's just so you feel like you can relate to me a little bit more. Because if we didn't have the filters on, I'd be too beautiful. Yes, I do have an ugly filter on. Management says I have to do it. Let's set these eyebrows using the equivalent shadow. Straight away, it's beautiful. It is pigmented. It is not sticking in one spot on the eyebrow and making it super hard to blend. I will say it's crumbling a lot in the pan, so usually I dig into it like a straight man trying to be with a woman for the first time in the nether regions, but have to be gentle. We are not digging for gold. Let me show you how crumbly it has gotten. Can you see that? I've got a clear plastic over it, but yeah. That it can be user error. I have to learn how the product works. I wish each of the 3 compartments had their own covering that was better than just a plastic flimsy piece of paper. It will be interesting to see if the creams dry out. That I find with PLouise cream products that if you just agitate it a little bit, it does bring back that. Yeah, I did chemistry. I know agitate means put in a little circle. Centrifugal force. I love the brow. That's beautiful. Trying to be strategic in where I'm picking up the products, I use the parts that have crumbled off with me digging into them too much. So as a drag queen, I use makeup to the extreme level. This is how we will test if a makeup product is latchy loved or latchy loathed. That looks really good. I don't normally use cream eyeshadows. It seems like an unnecessary step in the makeup routine that is already so long, but we're gonna give it a go today. So I'm getting this Morphe brush and a super light shade. Let's go in with the white first. This palette is a novelty. It is not necessary. It is not real. Like this shouldn't be invented. I'm just gonna put the white eyeshadow here. I pretty much got the cream all over my face. I'm also getting ready to take photos of my Latchy merch. If you're part of Latchy Nation and watching, the merch is coming. I'm gonna make a website. It's all happening. Clearly, I'm not very athletic, so I am a little slow when it comes to technology. So the website is gonna take a little bit of time for me to work out what a URL is, but we'll get there. I'm gonna use shade number 1. See how that goes. I don't know if that did anything. I'm gonna wipe off the excess each time. Oh no, it did a little bit. I'll do one eye with the creams and one eye without so we can see the difference of whether it actually made the eyeshadow look better. It's actually more work because I have to do the eyeshadow and try and make it match for the promo photos for my merchandise, which is representing me as a company, but nevertheless, that's fine. Now we're gonna go with shade. A lot of these shades are very similar, so we can do between 1 to 10 and get the same point across. Oh no, I thought it would go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it goes 1, 2, 3. So let's go 3. I believe I've used 3 already. Don't remember, but that's a mystery. We'll never find out. It's really shiny. I quite like the shine. Correct me if I'm wrong. It looks blurry. Then we're gonna do number 6, the same color we used for the eyebrows. And this is where we're gonna start to see an actual, yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm putting that in the outer corner and then I'm gonna wipe off the excess. Obviously you're gonna hit the pan on creams much quicker than a normal eyeshadow. So it'll be interesting. It's interesting of why they chose the same amount of product. But hey, Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. Sorry, British. Let's go a little darker. On the eye, they're all gonna look the same. I'm a little confused, but I'm alright with it. So I'm gonna do shade 10, which is the darkest one. Is it slightly different undertones? To me, it's all just looking dark brown. Slightly different versions of dark brown, but dark brown nevertheless. I will say, I'm having a good time doing this eyeshadow. Let's bring it down. I always forget to do the under eye, so not today. Let's bring this over just a smidgen. Okay, that looks like I just discovered a makeup brush for the first time, so we need to fix that pronto. I'm gonna go back in with a lighter color. Just think of the lighter color and you got it. We'll try and blend that out. Look, if you're really struggling for money, don't buy the palette. It's not worth it. But if you want a little fun, get it. There are a lot of criticisms to the palette, which are valid. I bought this with my own money. I have 1,000 subscribers. PLouise is not in my inbox begging to hang out. I did buy it with my own money. If I was to get only one palette, like forever, from PLouise, no, that's a lie. I don't want to commit that much. But the Wedding Palette XL has neutral or cool undertones. This is all warm. This is all warm. This could have helped you during winter. It is that warm. Which I don't know why they didn't do 2 rows of cool. Anyway, look at that. Crumble City. I'm gonna take ownership for that. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention to the product. I feel like this has turned into a cool toned eyeshadow. I wanted it to be warm. I'm gonna take 15, which seems really warm, and just try and warm that up a bit. Okay, we tried. Now I'm using a brush by Miss Jacqueline Loves to Die on Every Molehill, number JH30. I don't know if you can get these anymore. To me, a brush is a brush. Send me some. Okay, actually. Alrighty. Probably should have taken note of what numbers I used. I'm not going to watch this to get the exact shades. But you know what? This is a testament to how unnecessary some of this palette is, because it doesn't matter what exact shades you use, as long as you use something in the ballpark. But what we are going to do first is use number 41, which is the white. It has less kickback, but I'm using a different brush. We'll see. Oh, whoa. That actually did a lot more than I was expecting it to. And I'm gonna try and do it. I'm a little scared about this eye, so I'm gonna do this eye first and then go back in, because this eye is quite wet. So use number 1 and number 2 and number 11, because you know what? I can. And we'll do this. I feel like people think drag queens spend so long on eyeshadow. The hardest part about getting into drag is crying beforehand that you have to spend 3 hours putting liquid on your face. But you know what? When that white blonde girl goes, yes, diva, it all makes it worth it. I'm doing this for you, Brittany. When you say, oh my God, can you do my makeup? I will look at you and say yes, because we both know it's not happening. Okay, now I'm gonna take number 6, which is the shade that crumbled, dust off the excess. And let's go here and see if that is so pigmented. Now let's go with number, I used 14 or 15 to warm it up a bit. And I used something in the top leftish corner to blend it out. But I also used 10, the real dark color. So I'm gonna lean forward for fallout, but also went under. Now I'm gonna clean this brush a little bit. This is your time to have a shower as well. I'm getting a little nervous for the photos of the t-shirt now, because these colors look different. But you know what, it's gonna be fine. The poor man doing the editing of these photos, he'll have a lot of work cut out for him. I am the poor man whose work is gonna be cut out for him if the makeup looks bad. It's me. I threw you off with the word man. Anyway, so I'm gonna put some white here. Once again, not a lot of kickback. It is quite pretty though. What do you think? But compliments only. And now, because this was more recent, I remember what I did. So I'm grabbing a lighter color and doing it here. Now go with a 4. To darken it up a little bit. And we'll go in with number 6 and a little bit of 5. We're just having fun with the colors now. And it also, we're gonna see if using slightly different numbers achieve a different look, especially on top of the creams and stuff, or if it really doesn't matter. Of course, in the grand scheme of life, nothing matters. You matter, so please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm also going to do, oh, number 10, have to do 10. We're gonna put that right here. Have I been converted to using cream eyeshadow? This looks smoother, cleaner, and the cream didn't add much time. See here? The colors hasn't picked up properly. This side, that's not happening. That is so interesting. Have I been converted by Big Pharma to buy more makeup? Potentially. I am shocked by how cool toned this look has turned out, because all the critique that people had was that it was so warm toned. So now I'm just gonna add that 14, 15 back in, because I like a warm toned look. I like the eyeshadow so far. It's cool tone warm, it's nice. I'm gonna go in with that white again, but using my Trixie Cosmetics packing brush. And let's see. My under eyes look crusty because I didn't use moisturizer and it has creased so bad. I used the Kimchi concealer, but once again, I did not moisturize because I was like, oh, I'm not leaving the house, whatever. Always moisturize, ladies and gentlemen, and every girl or boy in between. Always moisturize. I feel like Cassandra from Doctor Who. Let's play around with the shimmers. Shimmer emoji. Love a shimmer. They have a few different formulations. Some are more shiny than others. Oh, I just attacked one by accident. Number 50, sorry. Hey, we're not gonna let that go to waste. We are dissecting it apparently. I'm just gonna put that on the outer corner. Okay, that looks beautiful. And I have just quickly applied that with my finger. And that looks stunning. That added so much to this look. Wow. Just gonna blend that out a little bit. That is gorgeous. Just gonna blend out everything, just a smidgen. Are you noticing anything different between cream and no cream? Let me know in the comments below. So I'm gonna take, oh God, these look so pretty. Look at number 5. Number 5 looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna take number 5. It's calling out to me. I think it's like a copper shade, and we're gonna put that on the middle of the lip. Houston, I'm deceased. Oh my God. This is performing like a Danessa Myricks eyeshadow. What? This is the prettiest shimmer. I'm not trying to react for views or anything like that. This is beautiful. This is how the Danessa Myricks beauty shimmers look on my face. This was $200. And the shimmer I just used is performing just as well. That's crazy. I need to use more. Wow, this could be the factor that changes everything about this palette. Look at this. Oh, I'm just gonna make up colors now. Look at this, like icy. This is number 1 in case I forgot to say because I was too excited. I think this could be a JetBlue holiday. Like, it is that good. Look how pretty that is. That is stunning. That is absolutely gorgeous. I am shocked by how pretty that is. For the highlight of the brow bone, we have to use something. So let's try and find a clean brush, which is a task far more difficult than one would assume. We have now given up on finding a clean brush. We are just going to use my finger because it is being cleaned as we speak. I'm going to go with the tip onto 41, which is the white shade. This one feels quite dry, but look at that. Let's go gentle. On the cream side, that white shimmer didn't emphasize the texture of the glue on this side. It still looks pretty. People have told me not to use shimmer on my brow bone because it emphasizes the texture, but that cream eyeshadow has minimized the texture. I actually think the cream eyeshadow side looks prettier, which I didn't want to say. I did not want to say. All right, I'm gonna go cut the crease and all that, blush, everything, and I'll be back with the final look and my final thoughts on the palette. I feel like yeah, thanks everyone, bye. Alrighty everyone, this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. My final thoughts on the palette are, shimmers amazing. Look at this highlight. Shimmers are absolutely amazing. I look amazing. Going for like natural woman today. And I think I succeeded. I have my merch shirt on, so hopefully you'll be able to buy one soon. Cream side, this side, honestly, do like it a little bit better, but it doesn't make much of a difference. And I think it was more the eyebrow coverage that I enjoyed more, maybe. Be interesting to see if the eyeshadow lasts longer with the cream base. But I did like the mattes. Some of the mattes had different textures, which I wasn't expecting. I was overall happy with the palette. I just don't think it's necessarily a palette you need to buy. It's a big palette. You don't need to buy a big palette like that these days. I recommend the PLouise XXL wedding palette because I feel like that, although it has less shades, it low-key has more variety of shades. Do I enjoy this palette? Yes. If this is something that you're like, I would like to get it for fun, I would recommend it. What you see is what you get. And usually that means a bad thing. But sometimes what you see isn't always the truth. Because I did not wake up like this. Anyways, and I don't even have earrings on. I have rhinestone super glued to my ears. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Lachi. I would really appreciate it if you watched another video. I would rate this palette a Lachi loves. A Lachi really likes. Lachi really likes. It got dirty. It's already well loved. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go stare at myself in the mirror and take my promo photos for my new merch. Bye everybody. Bye.